on that. We do not notice how the order is how the shopping and the emails and the companies liable or not. We have a click or a order on the system. Then they have give all the details to the credit cards, and they have the biggest scams right now. We are working on. We have to focus on it. We have to aware. We have to focus. We have to give a good like a Flipkart and many Amazon. They have the proper website, and we have to order on that night. And third is the discount coupons. For like we have the credits and different types of organization. We have offer the offerings coupons to 90% discounts have apply now. We have to get the coupons on the special for the products. So like that, we have details, give all the details to the system. They have the different types of coupon scams are currently working on it. So we have to be liable. We have not to greedy on that. We will focus on how to discount coupons are liable or not. Like we have to go to the different type of Wiki, and we have to label on that. We have not from the outside source, from the like a Google, focus on discount coupons and so we do not use that coupons. We only use discounts coupon that given by the uh, only the companies, registered companies, just like a Swiggy, and they have offering the different coupons. So we have to apply on that, not a outside application. They steal our internal information, so we have to aware on that. And this is identity stealing. We have to focus different type of identity like bloody scams like we, we have to use identity like we have to use Facebook and different types of social platform. They have go through the our platform, then they have asked from the different types of help. Okay, I'm your friend. Please help me on that. Right now, your friend is missing, and they have focusing on. They have um, focus on all the data and the sticking. So we have focus. We have to do not release our identity, and all the system are required in the form of messaging or forwarding messaging. We have focus on that. Facebook friend requests the fraud. They have from the last year. They have gradually increased this fraud. Actually, then there is some friend who is working on your friend or a scammer do one thing कि like I send you a request कि आपका दोस्त का एक्सीडेंट हो गया और they need मुझे पैसे की जरूरत है आप मुझे पैसे भेज दीजिए ऐसा 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 चीजें हो गया तो कोई भी फ्रेंड होगा एक्चुअली आप हो गए मैं होगा तो फ्रेंड्स के हम उनको हेल्प करने के लिए डिटेल भेज देते हैं कि भाई हमें चाहिए तो आप वो भेज देते हैं तो ये स्कैम्स बहुत बड़ा था वी हैव टू अवे कि समवन इज फोकसिंग ऑन कि लाइबल है या नहीं है बहुत चीजें मतलब इसमें बहुत सारे उन्होंने पहले पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन निकाली फिर उसके बाद आपको टारगेट करके किया मतलब इसको R&D फ्रॉड्स कहते हैं कि बेसिकली वी हैव टू फोकस वन थिंग कि लाइक योर मदर इज ट्रांसफर टू 5,000 रुपीज इमीडिएटली मतलब like you have two cousins brothers in the your Facebook friend so someone messaging with your ID please send your money I urgently require that money for the for the treatment of my mother someone is who is giving the different type of scams here so we have to awake it we have to cross verify the things and do not panic on details we have to फोकस कि कोई चीटिंग वगैरह तो नहीं हो रहा है वो नहीं हो पा रहा है इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें हमें बहुत क्लियरली मेंशन कर रखी हैं कि पहले तुम कैसे को ना कौन सा पेटीएम का कौन सा गूगल पे होगा वो हमें पूरी डिटेल देता तो वी हैव टू केयर मतलब कि हमें पर्सनल ईमेल तो हमें कोई कहते बिना कहते कुछ ना कुछ डिटेल हमें उसको शेयर ही नहीं करनी। और अगर कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है तो हमें उसकी पहले पूरी वेरीफाई करना है, और उसके बाद हमें कॉल से उसको वेरीफाई करना है कि भाई मैं आपको कॉल कर रहा हूँ, मुझे ऐसे ऐसे बताओ, मैं आ रहा हूँ, मैं आपको पर्सनल देता हूँ। तो वी हैव टू अवेयर। और आपको अगर ये होता भी है तो उसको कंप्लेन करनी है, ये नहीं कि आपने चलो मैं तो बच गया हूँ, उसको बचाना है, लेकिन अब खुद को भी मतलब दूसरा आप नहीं फंसे, वी हैव टू फोकस कि दूसरा भी ना फंसे। तो उसकी जॉब्स की उसको बचाना। एंड सिक्स इज फेक जॉब्स एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज। आपको पता ही है कि फेसबुक मतलब जॉब्स के लिए क्या जाता है, सर्कमस्टांसेस बहुत सारी चीजें जो जॉब्स के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है, मतलब जॉब्स नहीं है स्टूडेंट्स के लिए। तो दे हैव डिफरेंट स्कैम अबाउट द जॉब कि वी हैव टू गिव यू मेल कि मेरे को आपको जॉब मिल गया है, सीवी आ गया है, आप अपने कॉलिंग डिटेल भेज दीजिए और सारे 2050 रुपीज, 50 रुपीज, just a 50 rupees pay for the, we have to convince your mail ID और to the कंपनी और वो। तो ये डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप के स्कैम्स चल रहे हैं जो दिक्कत करते हैं कि फ्यूचर में हमने दे दिया और फर्स्ट टाइम फीस लेनी है, उसके बाद 5,000 रुपये दे दिए, उसके बाद हमें उसको बचाना है, मतलब आपकी जॉब लग जाएगी, ऐसा हो जाएगा, वैसा हो जाएगा। तो ये डिफरेंट टाइप्स के जॉब्स की पार्ट्स होते हैं, लेकिन ये एक ट्रैप है कि आपको फंसाया जा रहा है। दे डो नॉट वांट कि लार्ज अमाउंट की 10,000 15,000, दे हैव लिमिटेड अमाउंट 1,000 2,000। सो ये क्या करते हैं कि आपको 1,000 से 2,000 ये लॉन्ग टर्म पे खेलते हैं, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि इनकी इनकम ज्यादा हो गई, लेकिन एक ग्रेजुअली अगर आप लार्ज इनकम देके जाएंगे, इन्होंने 50 60 भी आपको एक टारगेट कम्युनिटी को फंसा लिया, स्टूडेंट्स को फंसा लिया, तो दे हैव लॉट अमाउंट ऑफ इनकम। सो वी हैव डू नॉट फोकस कि मेरी जॉब लग गई यार, वो हो गया, मेल आ गया, मैं तो वो हो गया हूँ। डू नॉट गो फॉर दैट, जस्ट गिव द डिटेल्स अबाउट द कंपनी, दे हैव गिवन द कंपनी, कौन सी कंपनी है, उसकी पूरी डिटेल निकालो, फिर कुछ क्रॉस वेरीफाई करो कंपनी से कैसे कैसे कंपनी क्या काम कर रही है। वी हैव टू डेवलप ऑन दैट कि बेसिकली क्या क्या चीजें होनी चाहिए और कैसे काम करती हैं, मतलब एम्प्लॉयमेंट्स कैसे काम हो पा रहे हैं। तो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चीजें हमें उसको देखना। ऑल स्कैम बाइंग और सेलिंग गुड्स, दे डीलिंग विद बिगर स्कैम्स, मतलब they have giving you like give you a mobile iPhone in the 10,000 rupees, so you have the unavailable के आप समझते हैं कि मजबूरी है, चलो हम इसका फायदा उठाते हैं, तो we have called and give the all the details कि हम आपको एडवांस पे कर रहे हैं, ये करते हैं, ये किसी को देना नहीं, वो नहीं देना। तो वो सारी की सारी डिटेल्स को हम शेयर कर देते हैं। वो आपको एक फिर क्या करता है कि आपने आपको सेंडिंग का क्यूआर कोड सेंड कर दिया कि आप इसको स्कैन करिए। वी हैव डिफरेंट ऑफ, आपने जैसे स्कैन कर दिया तो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एरर, if they have given you all the money of जो आपके अकाउंट में मनी है वो विड्रॉल कर लेता है विदाउट। सो डू नॉट गो फॉर द डिस्क्रिप्शन कि भाई ऑनलाइन स्कैम्स में मतलब हम अपने सारी डिटेल किसी के साथ अननोन के साथ शेयर नहीं करनी है। सबसे पहले हम उसको पूरी वेरीफाई करना है कि पूरी डिटेल सही है नहीं है। कोशिश करो कि पर्सनली हो पाए, मतलब मोबाइल से कॉन्टेक्ट हो पाए या वो हो पाए। ये नहीं है कि आपने व्हाट्सएप पे चैट कर लिया, चलो हो गया, मेरे ऐसे ऐसे डिटेल आ गया, मेरे को ऐसे पेमेंट करनी है तो मेरे पास जो अमाउंट हो जाएगा। आपकी पेमेंट तो गई गई, लेकिन आपकी ग्रेजुटी और सोसाइटी में एक वो है कि आपके साथ एक फ्रॉड हुआ है, उसके भी बहुत सारे गलत इम्पैक्ट आजकल बहुत पड़ते हैं, सुसाइड भी हुए हैं इसके चक्कर में। तो वी हैव टू अवेयर कि जो भी हमारे साथ स्कैम्स हो रहे हैं और हमें उसकी कंप्लेंट साथ के साथ करनी है, कि ये नहीं है कि हमें ऑनलाइन स्कैम्स हो गए हैं तो फिर हमें उसकी कंप्लेंट नहीं करनी है कि मैं तो बच गया हूँ। नहीं तो आज आपको आप कंप्लेंट नहीं करोगे तो वो दूसरे का पकड़ेगा। तो वी हैव टू गेट द पर्सन एज सून एज पॉसिबल, वी डू नॉट वांट टू delay the person, release the person to fix that. So all scams are major issues. The person are not well from the society. ATM pin expired scam, या लाइक कि आपका कॉल करेंगे आपके फोन पे कि आपके एटीएम एक्सपायर हो गया है, आप अपना ओटीपी बता दीजिए, हम यहाँ बैठे बैठे आपको चेंज कर देते हैं, वो कर देते हैं, इसमें चेंज कर देते हैं, तो वो एटीएम आपको सारे करके वो ऑनलाइन फिक्स कर लेते हैं कि भाई मेरी पेमेंट आप कर दीजिए, जिससे डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएगा आपका कार्ड, सारे के सारे अमाउंट ये कंजेट कर देगा, like a debt way. We have to report that incoming call immediately. They have received this call right now. पेटीएम के केवाईसी स्कैम भी हम लिसन की कैसे पेटीएम केवाईसी स्कैम किए हैं कि आधार कार्ड की इंफॉर्मेशन ले लिया और सारा का सारा अकाउंट सब कुछ आपके अकाउंट्स में आ गया भाई। अब जो भी आप वो करते रहोगे सारे का सारा आपका पेटीएम का सारी डिटेल आपके अकाउंट्स में आती रहेगी। रिमोट एक्सेस टू कंप्यूटर की हम आपको दे दिया कि मैं आपको एनी डेस्क पे सारी की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन दे देता हूँ, आप करते रहिए। तो डो नॉट बी give you all access to the any person like unknown person and we have to focus on आजकल तो अपने भी वो कर लेते हैं रिमोट एक्सेस से स्कैम्स कर लेते हैं, तो we do not focus on it, we have to go with self, not we do not liable to others, so basically we have to work with ourselves on it. Next, online dating scams. They have majorly issues कि आपकी वीडियोस आप किसी के साथ आपकी चैटिंग हो रही है तो ऑनलाइन डेटिंग पे बनाने लगे, आप दोस्त बन गए हो, वो करने लगे हो, डिटेल्स दे दी हैं आपने, तो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ करके आपको फेक प्रोफाइल्स बना के आपके साथ चैट करेंगे, वो बनाएंगे कि एक्सटॉर्ट मनी और ब्लैकमेलिंग का बहुत सारा सिस्टम करते हैं कि बहुत सारे स्कैम्स इसके टाइप से डिफरेंट टाइप्स चल रहे हैं। तो वी हैव टू फोकस कि डिफरेंट टाइप्स के स्कैम से कैसे बचा जाए। ये सारे स्कैम थे और मैंने बताया कि इसमें हम कैसे बचें, मतलब बेसिकली हम क्या क्या स्कैम हो रहे हैं और क्या कैसे मार्केटिंग का इशू करें। So I'm audible. Yeah, we have. I'm boring you. Hello.
Sir, you're audible, clearly audible.
Yeah, yeah. So जैसे ही हमारे पास कोई भी क्राइम आता है तो वी हैव फोकस कि हमें कहाँ कंप्लेंट करनी। देयर इज नॉन एज साइबर क्राइम, जो हमारे जो भी कंप्लेंट अगेंस्ट द साइबर क्राइम है, हमें यहाँ पर फोकस करना है कि ये सारी हमें यहाँ पर एक कंप्लेंट करनी है कि 12155। if do you have any question, please ask me. uh, who can be cyber volunteer, and if they have basic knowledge about cyber and they have be a cyber volunteer from this website, go for this website and you have to register yourself and they have give you some basic training. After that you be a cyber volunteer for the this. After that I received for the message from NGP India. Yeah, I will give in the also. Do you have if you have any question, please ask.
Okay, so I think we can go ahead. Thank you so much, sir, for making us aware of different online scams, which is prevalent since long time and is on a rise since 2020. And next speaker is Mr. Ritwick Dadhich, who is a research mentor at ComExpo Cybersecurity Foundation. He is also currently working as a cybersecurity analyst in TCS. He is recognized by NCIIPC, Dell, Telecom, and many more organizations for finding vulnerabilities. Ritwik sir, kindly take over.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, sure. Let me just share my screen.
Any other questions?
Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Can
sir,
you
it is visible.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just begin the slideshow. Yeah, so this is my basic intro. This is who am I? I'm working as a cybersecurity analyst in TCS, and I am also a former intern at Gurgaon Police Cyber Cell and Noida Police Cyber Cell. And I'm also a cybersecurity researcher at ComExpo and a member of a Mozilla Firefox community, OWASP Jaipur, DEFCON Delhi. And also, I used to do bug bounty hunting, and so I'm also recognized by NCIIPC, Dell Telecom, and many other organizations. And also, I'm a Microsoft certified cybersecurity enthusiast with certifications in networking and ethical hacking. So today we will be covering about cyber crimes and yeah, so these are cyber crimes in India in 2021, and this goes without a doubt that now our cyber world has been very advanced and has developed very much from the past 4 or 5 years, and we can say that it has also been a treacherous than ever because we can say that the number of cyber crimes have increased on a very large amount in our daily basis, and most commonly it has been developed in the phase of COVID-19 because of which we can say that financial frauds has been increased, and you have heard about the oxygen frauds which were happening last year, like oxygen cylinders, and there were many fake websites which were providing fake informations on a number of bags which are available for COVID patients, number of plasma available. So there are many fake information also. So all these are fake news and all these frauds of money and OTP frauds, KYC frauds, all comes under cyber crimes only. Now, what is cybercrime? Cybercrime refers to any illegal action that involves a network or a computer, and in any sense, the network or the computer may
Your
have been.
screen is not visible. We can just see the present PPT, but
Uh,
you have made it slideshow, right? So we cannot see that.
okay, let me just stop my sharing, and I will share once again. Just a minute. Sorry for this. Is my screen visible now?
Yeah. Did you read in
Yes.
full screen? Please change the slide. I would like to see that is it changing or not.
Yeah, sure. Is it changing?
Yeah, it's changing now. It's working.
Okay, sure. Sure. Thank you. Cyber crimes are the any crimes that will involve a computer and a network. So basically, we can say that a crime. Crime means that any illegal offense which we are just doing by our direct intent or our indirect intent. And by cyber, I mean that cyber is the world of networking, is the world of computing. So whenever we will combine these both words, cyber and crime, then we can say that okay, any crime which is being committed on any network or is being committed using any computer, then we can say that it is a cyber crime. So these are the types of cyber crime. This is hacking, piracy, cyber stalking, spamming and phishing, virus dissemination, and identity theft. So these are the most famous cyber crimes which have been evolved, and these are the most famous cyber crimes which has been emerged after COVID-19 pandemic in our 2021. Now, this is hacking. So, by hacking, I mean that hacking is the act of gaining any access without the legal authorization to a computer or a network. We have obviously heard about the term hacking. That okay, the someone has hacked our computer illegally. It means that the person definitely don't need any access. He will just access your computer without your permission, and he will try to engage into the personal activities of your computer. He will try to access the network of your computer. He will try to access your databases of your computer, and he will try to peep into your personal life. So that is known as hackings, and the person who are doing hacking activities are known as the hackers, and they are also very skilled in the computer programming, and they have a very great knowledge of computer security. So we have classified cyber crimes in three types. First are the email related crimes, and by email related crimes I mean that these are the crimes which are committed using emails. because nowadays we have seen that emails are widely being used by any of the person, either it is a professional person or being used for a professional use, or these emails are also being used for any social purpose, by like sending any marriage invitations by using email. So these are very popular today. So fraudsters have a potent weapon in their hands, and now they are using such emails. And there are also many fake mailers like Ian Kazi. These fake mailers are used to harm any organization's reputation. Like let me give an example of Zomato only. Back in 2017, Zomato was having a vulnerability in its website, which was of SPF and DMARC. And by SPF and DMARC vulnerability, any of the hacker or any person can send any Zomato mail with the email address, with the official email address of Zomato, and he can send any email to any of the other person he wants to do phishing with, and he can trick that person into asking money and doing illegal businesses on the Zomato. So this was one of the email related crime, which started in 2017 only. This is email spoofing. Email spoofing refers to the forgery of the email headers, and yes, the message that appears to be plagiarized from the actual source. So this I have been covered right now only, that the SPF and DMARC issue. We can just go to EM Kazi mailers, and if the website have any issues, then we can say that okay, these are the fake mailers, and they are absolutely legit, and they doesn't go into the our spam folder. They will come into our inbox folder only, and we would not be it is not so easy to identify those fake mailers. Now this is phishing and wishing, and yeah, this is the another attempt of disclosing more sensitive information such as passwords, usernames, credit cards, or debit card details. And yes, it will be done by the recognizing oneself as a trustworthy community or entity. Like we can phish anyone. Let me give an example that we can make a clone of Instagram app, we can make clone of Facebook applications, we can make clone of any particular website for tracking the youngsters. Like today youngsters are playing up this game BGMI and PUBG, and what any hackers are doing, they are just making the clone of any website like PUBG, and they are just tricking them into giving some these royal points by giving them some weapon skins, and they're tricked into it. They just ask for a Facebook login, which has been done by DNS spoofing, and whenever they are just trying to enter the credentials there, and they are just spoofed. So this is another type of hacking. This is known as phishing, and wishing is related to the voice plus phishing. So that is wishing. Now this is spamming. Unfortunately, our country does not have any anti-spamming law until the date. But by spamming, I mean that there are many people who are doing SMS bombing for their fun, like call bombing, SMS bombing. They are doing this for their fun. Like what we can do is they will just take any app, or they can take any URL which is sending OTP, and they can just create a payload, and they can just enter it into the website, and the website will start sending you payloads for any limited time that you are setting, or any unlimited time also. So it can lead to the filling the storage of your phone also, and it is very irritating. So spamming, although does not have any crime, or a large impact, but yeah, that is also comes under the cybercrime only. Now, these are the financial frauds, and I will put this into the type two, because these necessarily don't need of any email. So yeah, we are hearing daily that there are many financial frauds like UPI based frauds and OLX frauds. There are OTP frauds. There are wishing frauds, QR code frauds, and yeah, the most famous COVID-19 and the FASTag frauds. So in this, the fraudsters are trying to impersonate themselves, or they are just masquerading themselves as a bank officer, or they are masquerading themselves as a government officer, and they are saying that okay, I am an army official, or I am a manager of the SBI bank, and I want your OTP to complete your KYC process. No, the bank never calls you for the OTP process and all. So yeah, that's the remediation along with the crime which I'm telling you. So never trust on any phone calls which are coming from the bank. You must go to the bank first yourselves, and then confirm it there. Okay, do you want to my KYC to be get updated? Then okay, do it in the front of me. So that will be a very great step to just prevent the cyber crimes which are happening online today. Don't believe in this OTP frauds. Never tell your OTP to anyone. This is your one-time password, and if you are telling anyone your OTP, then you can just pack your bags, because you will get hacked, and I'm very much sure about that. This is data leakage. By data leakage, we can say that data spilling. It is also known as data breach, and we have heard about many data leakage in the past 2 years, like data leakage of Mastercard, data leakage of our LinkedIn. These were the most two famous data leakage. Also, right now, Twitch data leakage was very famous before 2 weeks. Data leakage of Twitch. So yeah, the unauthorized distribution of the information to any other sources or the third party provider. So we can just simply refer it into these terms. And this leakage can also consist of the passwords, financial informations, names, card details, and many other things. So you have also heard that okay, these data was being leaked on the dark web. We have they are having our data. And also the most famous the leakage data breach was of Unacademy. And we all have seen that they were their card details, also bank card details with their Aadhaar card numbers and phone numbers and their personal mails and passwords were being leaked on the dark web. And these were the examples of the data leakage in the past 2 years. Now, this is e-shoplifting, and by e-shoplifting, it refers to the stealing of the commodities through electronic stores such as the e-commerce market. And many hackers are trying to exploit the website through e-shoplifting. So, by e-shoplifting, we can say that it can be consist of inappropriate session or the state tracking or the improper utilization of the cookies and weakness in the client-side scripting, poor database integration, and poor input validation. For let me give an example of the e-shoplifting. We have e-commerce website. Suppose we are just browsing on the Amazon website, and let us consider we as a hacker, a black hat hacker who has a very wrong intentions to just hack into any website. So what kind of cyber crime will they commit onto that particular website? So it can be a website, it can be crime like suppose the price of any Adidas shoe on any Amazon website or any e-commerce website is of 2000 INR. So what they can do is if the website has a very poor validation part, or if they have a poor back client side scripting, or the backend scripting is very poor, then they can just use some proxies and they can just trick the value, or they can just do the parameter tampering. And with the help of parameter tampering, they can just buy the particular 2000 shoes in just 1 rupees. Yeah, and this is possible with the help of many web pen testing tools. And these are see there are two things. One, if we are doing for a legal, and if once we are doing it for protecting the particular organization's website, so that's the legal intent and that's the ethical hacking, which we are also calling it as a bug bounty hacking, bug bounty hunting, right? But if any black hat hacker has an intention to do the fraud with that particular website like e-shoplifting, so that comes under the malicious intent, and it will also be considered as a cybercrime because he doesn't have the permission to do that particular thing, right? If he is asking permission that okay, Amazon, I want to do a hunting on a website and I want to see that if this website is safe or not. So yeah, that will be a legal approach. Like you are not doing any fraud or you are not doing any e-shoplifting, right? So you can do that. So these are some of the examples of the e-shoplifting. This is online gambling. Yeah, gambling is also illegal, and online gambling is then definitely illegal in India. And it has been as said that it is to hear many citizens violate the laws, and they are trying to bind with this illegal practices. And yeah, gambling has taken a technology curve and has started to flourish through many lesser known messenger apps. And we have heard so many illegal gamblings. Like see, there are many bidding apps also there which are running right now, and they say that yeah, they are legal. But we should not trust on any these of the gambling apps. We should not put our any of the hard worked money onto that websites and those applications, because we can be a victim of online gambling and we can be a victim of online frauds. Now, this is the software piracy. By software piracy, I mean that it is the illegal copying and the distribution or the use of software. Software piracy is the stealing of the legally protected software. So we are seeing the software piracy since when I have started using computer back in 2009. I have also seen that yeah, there were many applications which were downloaded from torrent. Many cracked applications were we were using, like we were using cracked antivirus softwares of Quick Hill ours. So those all comes under the software piracy only. We should not use cracked versions, because cracked versions will be or will not be, we can't say sure, because if some hacker has done any reverse engineering onto that particular application or onto that particular software, then he could have easily put any Trojan horse, or he could easily have put any of the ransomware also, or any virus or worm he can put into that particular software. And once you are downloading that software and you are just unzipping it and installing it into your particular system, then your system can get hijacked. It can get completely full of viruses. Your all files can get corrupt, and yeah, you will be facing a lot of money loss also, and your data loss also. And believe me, data loss is much more important than the money loss, because today the price of data is much and more than the price of oil. We have heard this many times. So yeah, the loss of data is unbearable. So, under the copyright law, software piracy occurs when the copyright protected software is copied, distributed, modified, or sold. And according to the Business Software Alliance, about 36% of the software in the current are being used or are being stolen. Now, this is the virus dissemination. And by virus dissemination, I mean that it is a process of a malicious software that attaches itself to other software, like virus, worms, Trojan horse, time bombs, logic bombs, rabbits, and bacterium are the examples of some malicious softwares that destroy the system of the victim. Like we know that there was one very popular virus which was known as I love you virus, right? And that virus was just a notification or a pop-up which was just coming on onto the screen whenever person started his system or the PC or laptop, because that virus was just a very small script, and it was not a very that much big virus. But yeah, the virus was being uploaded and copied and placed pasted into the startup folder, and whenever the user was going to start his system, the virus automatically get installed, because it was a .bat file. So it started being loaded, and you will never get any option to close it, because it will never get closed. So yeah, that was very much irresistible, that was very much irritatable. So this was a kind of virus dissemination only, that whenever any person leaves his computer or system at a switched on mode and he just went for drinking water, then it hardly takes 1 or 2 minutes to just copy paste the virus into the startup folder. And once he will do that, then he can uh, then he will face the trouble of this these kind of viruses like shutdown viruses also. And there are many more other viruses like keyloggers. Someone can install keyloggers to just record his keylogs of bank accounts, what type of chatting he is doing with his relative or partner or anyone of the person. Now, these are type 3, and these are the other cyber crimes. This is a cyber defamation or section 499 of the IPC. And by this cyber defamation, we mean that we are defaming any other person. We are just defaming them with the help of our these electronic modes like computers and mobiles and networks. And we are defaming them. And some of the elements that we found out in such defamation are: statement must be false and defamatory, and it must be a published statement, and statement must have a reference of the victim in it. So these are the case of cyber defamation. Yeah, we are defaming them, we are defaming the reputations, we are using their accounts and for defaming for our fun activities. So that's a cyber crime, and we should not do that, not at any cost, because yeah, these are being covered by Mr. Pratik sir also into the previous session, and he has definitely covered all the cyber laws in this. Now, this is the cyberbullying, and yeah, we will be knowing about cyberbullying in the upcoming sessions in a very detailed and advanced manner. But let me give a simple one-line definition that cyberbullying is the only bullying we can say, and this bullying is done using the help of networking and computers. Like on the social medias, we are bullying someone ki I will just leak your photos, I will leak your chats, send me 500 rupees, or I will do this, I will do that, meet me alone at 5 p.m. Then I will show you. He will call some gang members. So these are all the bullyings, and the person will start feeling a very self lack of self confidence. He will start feeling lack in the self esteem, and he will start having suicidal thoughts. So this is very much common among the teenagers. These kind of humiliation and harassing. This is cyber stalking, and it refers to the crime of using the internet and the email to any other social media platform to stalk, harass, or threaten any other person. Like we are stalking anyone, like our ex accounts. So yeah, that's not at all appropriate. We should not do that. we are stalking any other's account to with some malicious intent that okay, I will try to defame him or her, I will try to exploit his ID. So that is known as cyber stalking, and it involves most of the like sending messages of which are very much harassable in nature, and instant or text messages or social media posts, or creating some websites for the sole purpose of tormenting the victims. This is cyber pornography, and yeah, this is also not appropriate. This is also comes under the cyber laws only, and like publishing these pornography is illegal, and no one should do that, and no one should also try to access those websites where you can be get tricked and where you can get addicted to these. So we should not go into that particular areas. And this is identity theft. By identity theft, I mean that it is a crime of obtaining the personal or the financial information of other person for the sole purpose of assuming that person's name or identity to make the transactions or the purchases. So it's like a kind of masquerading only. And identity theft occurs when someone uses another's personally identifying information, like they can use their names, numbers, credit cards, and they can also use many of their other personal informations without their permission. So it comes under the identity theft, and it is a cybercrime. So it is a I would like to also cover a few topics in the dark web key, because I have just seen that the cyber crimes have been increased in the past 3 or 4 years, and it is very much spreading with the help of dark web, because what these black hat hackers or what these cyber criminals think that they will not get tracked by any cyber police or FBI or any such law enforcement agencies. But that's totally wrong, because we can be easily be tracked with the help of many softwares and applications and tools which these law enforcement agencies are using. So because there is a single quote, anonymity is a myth. There is nothing a term like completely anonymous. So no one is anonymous at all. And this is an example of a web. Like this is web. This is the surface web which we are using: Google, Bing, Wikipedia, and all. And these are the deep web and then the dark web, and they cover most of the 90% of the internet, like many hidden informations. But yeah, this deep web is a world wide web content only, and it is and this is being used for research purposes also. And it and the information which is available on these areas of the internet are 400 to 500 times more information, and also a good quality of information is also available on those. And it is used because the data is very much secure. Many organizations like Facebook also, they have their different domain which is being running on the dark webs only, and they are being accessible using Tor browsers. And this is done because the information is secured there, because nothing is permanent on the dark web, and data will not be visible to others, because they will be being accessed by the onion links, and those links are not very much familiar or comfortable to type or to read or to memorize also, because these links used to get changes at a very short period of time. And whenever we will try to go that okay, that was a website, I remember that onion link, and you will try to access it after 2 days, then it will be vanished. So there is no guarantee of that. And no one will try to access your data using the browser without your permission. And it is used for military purpose, scientists, business persons, policemen, and government. And yeah, there are all the law enforcement agencies which are 24 hours monitoring these dark webs to just catch the cyber criminals, because the crime has been increased at a very much higher rate in these cyber crimes, like these drugs dealings and all has been a very serious issues in the India also. We are saying about these NCB raids and all. So deep web can be used for many research purposes, and it totally depends on the nature of the person who is accessing it. See, it is not to use the dark web, it is not illegal, right? But to use it for the malicious intent and to do the cyber crimes, then it is definitely very malicious intent, and you will be definitely get jailed for it, and you will be get punished for it. But yeah, if you want to do some research purposes, if you want to do very read some very good quality of books there, then yeah, you can definitely use the Tor browser, and you can use that web. So Tor is an anonymous browser, and it is like an onion router because of the technique it is used to provide anonymity. By it means with that it has a, layer of encryptions, like the onion has a layer of peels on it, so it has a layer of encryption on it. So we are calling it the onion router also. And inside the dark web, there are many cyber crimes which are happening inside dark webs, like gambling, guns, abuse, hacking, frauds, bitcoins, drugs, contractors, Silk Road, armory. So these are all the kinds of cyber crimes which are happening into the dark web. And these all cyber crimes can be easily being catched by the cyber police and the law enforcement agencies. There is nothing like I already discussed. Anonymity is a myth. So if you are thinking that you are going through a multiple layer of encryptions, then yeah, the police are also very much aware about this, because yeah, police need to have a mindset of cyber criminals first. Because if they will have a mindset of cyber criminals, how they can access any information, then only they will be able to reach you, right? So these are hidden wikis. Here you can see many WikiLeaks into the dark web. These are money-related transactions, like money frauds are very much common into the dark web. Like fake credit cards are being generated onto that. So they are used for frauds and OTP frauds, bank frauds. So they are used for that. And right now, the present one Bitcoin price is 46,32,862 Indian rupee, and in dollars, it's $61,830 USD. So these are armories. These are illegal websites. You should not try to visit or open these websites into the dark web. Yeah. So all these illegal activities are also happening into the dark web, and law enforcement agencies are very much aware about these, and it also comes under the cyber crimes. So we are about to end our sessions, and let us discuss about some safety precautions. So yeah, don't trust anyone out there in the deep web, and also cover your webcam using tape or remove it. So it is not particularly related to dark web or the Tor browser. You should cover your camera. You should not go onto any website which you are not very sure about, because there can be some JavaScript embedded into it. There can be some water jacking there. There can be some click jacking there. And if you try to click onto any of the part of that particular fake website, then any exe file can be downloaded onto your system, or your mic will get turned on immediately, or your camera can also get turned on. So yeah, we are not very much sure about all this, because there are many trigger commands into the JavaScript, and anything can be triggered using JavaScript. So you should disable your JavaScripts, and never download any file or software from any untrusted website which you are not very sure about. Go to the particular official website. Like we are very much a craze of web penetration testing, so we are trying to download the cracked version of Bhavsar Professional with some torrents, or also some websites like Softonic or Software Adda, like these. So we should not go there for just crack version, and we should not risk our privacy there, because as I said, there can be any Bhavsar Pro version which can be reverse engineered, and there can be any exe file inside embedded in it, which will be having some scripts of viruses running in it. So yeah, never risk your privacy for downloading any softwares, any games. Like we are fond of playing GTA Vice City. No, don't go to download it from any fake or untrusted source. And these are the cybercrimes in India which we are discussing it, and we are saying that it has been evolved rapidly. And the IT Act 2000 passed by the Parliament of India in the May 2000 has aimed to curb the cyber crimes and to provide the legal frameworks for the e-commerce transactions also. It has been seen that it has been increased at a rate of 300% between 11 and 14. And since 2015, there were 11,592 cases of the cybercrime registered in India at that particular time in 2015. And recently in 2021, the cases are in lakhs, about 3 lakhs. So we can see that how much it has evolved. The cybercrimes have evolved rapidly in the India. So these are some of the steps and some of the tips and tricks which I would like to share in this cyber awareness campaign, this National Cyber Awareness National Month, October. I would like to these are the steps to prevent cyber crimes, and awareness is the first step in protecting yourself, your family, and your business. Like we are, whenever we are having dinner, you can just aware your family members, your father, your mother, your grandmothers, your sisters. You can just aware them. You don't believe in this fake calls of OTPs. Don't try to click on any fake URLs like get just click on this wheel. Once the wheel will stop on and onto any particular phone, you will receive one plus note to. No, don't go into that. Never give your full name or address to any strangers. Don't give it. And never edit your credit card details to any site that is not secure, because yeah, there can be any embedded key loggers, or your cookies and sessions can also be hijacked there. So never enter those details there. Manage the social media settings to keep most of your personal and private info locked down. Keep your social media's account into a private mode. And if you are like any blogger, or if you are any influencer, then don't try to give your credit card information. Don't try to give your public information, your private informations, like your mother's name, your house address, your phone numbers. Don't try to give it. Secure your home network with a strong encryption passwords as well as VPNs. Review your financial statements regularly. Don't open the mails and attachments from any unknown sources. We discussed it in the part of email phishing, email crimes. Don't do that. Be aware about those. You can also, there are many websites which are which are checking if this email is a fake or not valid email. There are websites. Go upload that link there and check if the email has any malicious attachment. Learn about the internet privacy. There are many privacies, internet privacies. Go to Cyber Laws India, read the cyber laws. Go to cybercrime.gov. You can learn about the cyber crimes there. And don't use the passwords like your date of birth and your name. No, that can be very easily guessable, and any hacker can try to hack into that. Use passwords which are very difficult to guess. Use a combinations of password with uppercase, lowercase characters, and at least 8 to 10 digit passwords which are not that much easy to crack. Keep your operating system up to date with all the critical security updates and patches, because yeah, suppose if we are using any old patch or old update onto our operating system or any software, then yeah, there are many exploits available onto the Mitre, and also on the open source Google. So any hacker can try to exploit it. And suppose if you are using Windows 7, then yeah, that's very much critical to any exploits, and you can be exploited it using Metasploit tools, which is a very much famous tool for hacking into any other system remotely. Use antivirus softwares. Maintain your backup, because if in the case you are being a victim of ransomware, then you are having the backup, and you will not be giving your precious money of in the dollars to give as a ransom to any hacker. Check your security settings. So our conclusion of our today's my session is this: the key to protecting yourself is being aware. Technology is destructive only in the hands of people who do not realize that they are the one and the same process as the universe. As internet continues to develop, the potential for the computer related crime will also grow, because the internet is developing, India is developing, crime is developing. You can also watch a web series known as Jam Tara, and you can learn more about these cyber crimes, how these Jam Taras are creating cyber frauds, OTP frauds, bank frauds, KYC frauds. You can have a very much great knowledge from that web series also. Cybercrime greatly affect individuals, businesses, and the national security due to the pervasiveness of the internet. And cybercrime is a major problem and growing. Stay secure, stay safe. Now you can connect with me. These are my links. You can connect with me. And I would like to end this session by thanking to Mr. Viral. Thank you so much, sir, for providing this opportunity. Thank you, sir, ComExpo Cybersecurity Foundation, that I have joined it. And yeah, I have learned a lot here. I have attended sessions and I have learned a lot. Thank you so much. We can also take some questions if anyone has doubt. Hello.
So we can keep the questions for the end for now.
Sure, sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for bringing our attention to the details about the trends. We need to be more vigilant about the clicks that we perform and need to update ourselves about these things as well. Now, moving on to
Thank
our next speaker, Ms. Disha Lahrani, who is working as security consultant at IBM. So, Disha, ma'am, please take over.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you all doing? We've joined on a Sunday morning, so I'm very sure each one of us here is very much interested to know about security and cybersecurity, especially. So let's start with it. I'll share my screen, and my topic for today is social engineering. So I don't know how many of y'all have know about this social engineering, but I am very sure that each one of you have encountered this, has experienced this as part of your lives. So let me know when you're able to see my screen. Yes, here it is. So yeah, I'll talk about social engineering and how we face such kind of attacks, such kind of tricks from attackers in our daily lives. So let's start with it. Also, like I said, we all have joined on a Sunday morning. So let's just make it interactive. Let's make it communicative. While I share my knowledge and experiences, you also use the chat channel and share your experiences, share your questions, and yeah, let's get started. So, what is social engineering? So, basically, it is a manipulation to trick you, to trick the users to make severe, minute mistakes through which the attacker can take away your sensitive information. So, it happens through human interaction. Basically, it can happen while you're talking to somebody, face-to-face chat, or while somebody is calling you and asking you for some confidential information, or also through email. We'll have a look into it in detail, but yeah, just for the introduction, that's what a social engineering is. Some attacker, some hacker, some scammer will take away your confidential information without even you realizing that you yourself gave this information. So it is an art of manipulation, influencing, deceiving. So these people influence you to give you your confidential information to them. So right now, the current stats say that 98% of the attacks rely on social engineering. It is social engineering through which we give our sensitive information, and that triggers big attacks, and which involves huge amount of data, big data. So yeah, that's what social engineering is, and I would like to give this small video as an introduction as how we unknowingly give away our information. Let me know if this video is not audible. So I'll just hit the play button.
We're talking about cybersecurity today and how safe people's passwords are. What is one of your online passwords currently?
It is my dog's name and the year I graduated from high school.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Chihuahua Papillon.
And what's its name?
Jameson.
Jameson. And where'd you go to school?
I went to school back in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
What school?
Hempfield Area Senior High School.
Oh, when did you graduate?
In 2009.
Oh, great.
So did you see that how she just gave away her personal information? She just randomly was in a talk with a reporter, and she gave her dog's name, she gave her day of graduation, year of graduation, and everything. She just spoke it out very carelessly, very much into the flow. So this is how we unknowingly share our personal information to everybody. And just like Ritwick added that we should not be using such simple passwords in our daily lives. So we do use such simple passwords, just like a dog's name, a pet name, a graduation year. Let's look into some more examples, and let's see how we do minor mistakes. So let's look at this example. These days, everybody has this craze of posting everything on the social media, on Instagram. You go somewhere, you just post it as a story on Instagram. So just like here, in this image, this person went for breakfast, a fancy breakfast, and he or she wanted to post it. She did post the image of the breakfast, but if you see here, her credit card is also there in the picture. So this is some very confidential information that you're posting on internet, that you have given your credit card number to general public, to everybody. You know how prone you are to financial fraud or some scam or hacking your bank accounts. So that's really small things that we should take care of. We should not put such critical information on social media. This example here down. So this person is talking on phone, and probably it looks like he is into some meeting or something, but he is in a public place at a cafeteria. So definitely he'll be talking about something related to his corporation, and people around him can hear him. So when you do such conversations in public, you make sure that nobody is listening. Your conversation is within your hearing only, and nobody is able to hear you. Or even if somebody is able to hear you, you make sure you do not speak about something that unknown person should know about your corporation. Do not give sensitive information about your corporation. Do not share or put down trade secrets while you are on phone on public. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, sometimes just like this example of posting a breakfast picture on Instagram, we are so much addicted to social media. We share a lot of information with our social media followers. So let's look at this. We post about this. We post our graduation days. We post our wedding anniversaries. Now, don't you think we usually set our passwords related to these important dates in our life? So it happens that usually our passwords contain our birth date, our graduation date, our wedding anniversary. So this is how you're giving your personal and confidential information, a lot of dates to an attacker, and he can easily guess your password or your credit card information. Avoid posting such critical information unknowingly. Avoid setting passwords that are very easy for the attacker to guess. So yes, let's go to the next slide. Okay, I'll tell you about my personal experience of how I was a victim of social engineering. So last week we have a Tata Sky at our home, and last week it was not working, and my father called a technician to fix it up. And yeah, so what happened was he took some time in fixing, and finally after some time he asked us whether we have an Amazon account, and if we have, we should log in. And probably I was working at that time, and I shared my password with my father, and I told him to go and log in. It was on the television that he was fixing this up, and he went up, he typed my email ID, and that's when I thought that I should also go have a look of what is happening over there. And when I went, he was just typing the password, and this text box, show password, was ticked on. So he was typing the password, and the password was on screen. So this is just lack of taking care. We are not that careful. The technician, the Tata Sky technician, probably has my password now. So he saw my password. Email is definitely in plain text. So he has my email ID, he has my password, he can go and log into my Amazon account. Not just that, he can also try to log into my other accounts, my email account or my bank accounts, because we also tend to use similar kind of passwords in each of our accounts, right? So yeah, he can do that. He has my password. So that's not what we should do. We should be really careful, really cautious when we are typing password when somebody is near us. This is a technique.
Permission is one of the very important permission which needs to be granted to this service. And as it is not on Play Store, it is loaded offline. We can just with single SMS commands, we can turn on, off internet, take locations and everything. So that things are possible. Now the other part is how you can protect yourself from it. Use type of anti-hacking or anti-spying type of tools. Secondly, you can we can say use anti-phishing type of tools, and also turn off unknown sources, turn off debugging mode, and do not keep any type of third-party APKs or apps which are installed via unknown source into the phone. So that is what I can tell you. And do not click on any type of links unless it is, we can say, legitimate.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Nikhil. And to send it remotely, we need to send it as an attachment into the email, right?
Both things are possible here.
Like,
And for the detection bypass, there are things which we can do by signature changing, and there are lots of things which can be done. So again, it's a big subject. We really take 2.5 hours session regarding this because again, using one is this manual injection, one is a remote injection, and one is injection with binding with some other application. So these are again the multiple aspects of.
uh,
Can we do it fileless?
Sorry, there is some other question. I didn't hear.
Can we do it fileless? Where can we install fileless malware?
I am not getting the voice clearly. Can you please be a bit louder? Hello, or you can just. Oh, okay. Fileless malware. So in that case, you need to attack using the process list. So that is P list, which is available, and there are attacks which are into the media and into the hacking forums, wherein fileless malware is installed. And the answer to is yes, it can be done. So the recent example of Pegasus, if you see, it was a malware, spyware which was installed, and it was zero-click malware, and there was no traces, if you find, or we can say minimal traces. But in the P list, if you see the process list, there were few traces. So again, fileless malwares are available.
Nikhil, I would like to have one more question. This was a web dashboard. So there must be a development of that APK, right? So in that development, so I think that it will be definitely a very long process. So what kind of backend coding was there into that? Like, I mean, was it just seeking the permissions, or was there some embedded scripts also inside that? Like, see, whenever we are making any Android application with the help of INIC or any backend technology, so we are just asking for permissions, like, do we want to access the location? Do we want to access the mic? So was this a standalone application fully being developed with these permissions, or was there any some scripts or the payloads being binded with the backend coding? So what exactly was working in behind this web dashboard and the web application? Can you just throw a light, please? 5 minutes.
Yes, yes. So as you rightly started with that, everything cannot be like it is a big process, and I appreciate you understand that process also, and it cannot be like just given in 2 minutes answer. But the answer to your question is yes. While building this application, all types of permissions, including camera, microphone, and everything is taken, and there are APIs built through which, if it is installed, this data can be thrown to the APIs, and API will pull the data, and it will show displayed on the dashboard. Talking about the payloads and all, yes, there are multiple factors. Like this is one version of the APK. There are multiple versions where payloads are also used, but basically, when we come to the payload spying using payload, we demonstrate a CLI version of it, not the GUI version of
Okay, so whenever we are using Facebook, Nikhil, then we are also giving our permissions of location and my call. And yeah, we have heard that Facebook is obviously stealing our data, because we can see that ads and all. Whenever we are talking about any T-shirt, then we are seeing ads. So yeah, we are aware about that. So I would like to ask a question. See, like, so there are such applications where we are bound to give permissions of our gallery. We are bound to give permissions of our contacts, right? So in that case, is it possible that those developers are also listening to our chats, or they are seeing our chats, they are seeing our contacts, they are listening our audio? So, I mean, are they bound to policy? See, they are a very big organization, so they are not liable to do this, or I mean to ask that do they have rights to access all those data, like the permissions which they are also seeking, like the permissions of contacts, permissions of locations? So
Okay.
can they do this?
Yes. So I'll just answer your question in a manner. It is a very controversial question, first of all. Yeah, I understand. But again, it is an enlightening question for the audience also. Appreciate your question. So, number one, the applications which are taking all your contacts and we can say permissions of your gallery, location, and everything are using. Let's take an example. You said Facebook. I'll say WhatsApp. If you don't allow media permission to WhatsApp, you won't be able to send pictures. If you don't allow camera permission to WhatsApp, you won't be able to click picture into your WhatsApp app. Or if you don't allow microphone permission to WhatsApp, you won't be able to send voice notes. But now, if you have allowed, and that's the reason they are able to use it. Now there are compliance like Google Play compliance is there, Apple compliance is there, which is obviously monitoring that. Now let us talk about some applications which have passed the compliance. They have been there on Play Store. Let's take example of three applications. One was Battery Booster Master, one was Wallpaper HD Plus, and the third was Cam Scanner, which is a world famous application for scanning the documents. So three applications Play Store, Play Store. Why? Battery Booster Master and Wallpaper HD. After taking down, Play Store came to that they are turning into a ransom because mobile they are locking the mobile screen and asking the user. So you can Google about leaker locker ransom attack, and McAfee's researcher has posted about it. So they were asking the users to pay $50 within $70, else their all the data using contacts, including contacts, photos, videos, will be sent to all the Gmail contacts which they have, email contacts which they have. If they don't pay $50, so they have only two options: one to format a phone, and other to pay the ransom amount. And the apps were suspended from Google. But what about the 10,000 users who were the sufferer of this attack? Then about talking about Cam Scanner was not crawling your data, but it was displaying your ads without displaying your ads, but earning the revenue. Let's say you were using Cam Scanner, but you were not able to see the ads. The free version of it I am talking about. There are two versions. One is premium and one is free. So free version of it. But the code was written in such a malicious format that Google feels okay, the ad is being displayed, and Cam Scanner is getting the reward of it. And then Cam Scanner was banned from Play Store for some duration, and then it got back again. Even Paytm was banned from Play Store for a few hours. So Paytm, like a global wallet application, was banned. If it is down for a minute also, its revenue and shares will go down as anything. So I'll say like nothing is 100% secure. There is always a backdoor to it. And talking about the applications which do comply this Play Store and App Store policies, they are compliant for the moment we can see. And if something goes wrong, again, the compliance holder have the full authority to take action on it. But to answer your question, the legitimate applications don't dare to take any type of data. And to get the detailed answer of it, you may look at the interview of Mr. Mark Zuckerberg and Sundar Pichai over the YouTube channel where they have given the interview or answered the questions for more than 5 hours after the great hack was published, or the huge Cambridge Analytica scam and the Google data leak scam. And also adding to this answer, so there are Patriot Act and FISA Amendment Acts of NSA, which is National Security Agency of America, that you have to submit all the behavioral type of data, which I don't think so it is behavioral type of data because it is already published in the permanent record book of Edward Snowden, and no place to hide in the secret surveillance of NSA book of Edward Snowden and the other author, I don't remember the name, but these two are interesting books to the question which you asked. And the FISA Amendment Act and the Patriot Act, which comes under NSA, basically they should comply that act and submit all the data, including behavioral data, to NSA, CIA, FBI, and GCHQ type of agencies, and that's the reason they are at top agencies, and they know where we move. We move from here to there. They know, and they use it for terrorist monitoring activities and all. And that's the reason the top-notch people, or we can say the top-notch criminals, also do not use smartphones and much technology. They are away from tracking. that was just an elaborative answer to your question. I hope it answers your question.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Nikhil. It was a very interesting and an informative session by you. Thank you so much for my all the answers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and sorry, I've taken much more time which was allocated to me. I'm so sorry, Viren. And team.
Not an issue, not an issue.
Thank you very much.
We have another question from Chandan. Chandan, please take over.
Hi, Nikhil. Your live demo was really eye-opening. As we always heard of phone hacking, but you phone us demo, and so Ritwick was asked about all about the evolution part of your the things. My question is related to like if how someone who is a victim of such hack will come to know that their phone has been compromised. First question, and then what can be a possible remedy to avoid this kind of hacking?
Thank you very much, Chandan, for your wonderful question. And the answer to your first question is how a person will come to know, or a victim of mobile hack will come to know if it is compromised or not. So the answer to it is you have to check if any stealth mode application is installed in the phone or not. Number one, or which is a hidden mode application which is installed into the phone or not. And any application using unknown source is installed into the phone or not. And the third thing is you can actually do a detailed mobile forensics, which is again not we can say a victim, a layman victim can do. Have to take assistance of a mobile forensic investigator specifically, and look at the processes and the data which is coming in and going out, and the traffic, and that is how you can see. And you always use not the answer to your second question is how you can avoid being attacked by this. Always use anti-hacking and antivirus and anti-spying and anti-phishing type of solutions. One of the solutions which I am working on, I can suggest you is HackShield, HACKSHIELD. This is one of the solutions which I have been working on, and it is available on Play Store and App Store. It detects jailbreak, it detects routing, it detects hidden app spy application, and there's a free version of it which is also available. It's a paid app basically. So it was your question. There's a reason I just answered. So I usually don't mention my solution into this type of awareness seminars, but as it was your question, I just answered. And always check if you are not installing anything which is coming from the link, and even if you are installing something from Play Store and App Store also, be attentive on that if Play Store declares that it is suspended. So just remove it as an unsafe app. These are all provisions I have made into our application actually. These are all I can answer.
Sir, I have a related question if you permit that I ask. In one session I was attending, and in that, since you have already mentioned that this APK can be executed manually or remotely. So in one of the session, one of the person, he told that if you use DuckDuckGo as a kind of browser, that can be a very preventive way that you can.
I lost. What?
He has mentioned a browser named DuckDuckGo, and he said that this browser can be helpful preventing the installing the unnecessary malware or some suspicious application.
Can you just name that tool again?
DuckDuckGo, DUCK Go.
Oh, okay, DuckDuckGo. Yeah, DuckDuckGo is a browser where it is we can say you will get anonymity. So like the previous person asked the question, like whenever you speak anything or you type anything, they know and they show you advertises. So DuckDuckGo is something which will not track you and your searches on your behavior. So DuckDuckGo is specifically for non-tracking usage. So it's a browser. It's not a complete solution to or anti-hacking solution to your phone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, since we do not have any questions now, Nikhil sir, I would like to thank you for for such an eye-opening session. To be honest, it was stunning. I'm sure everybody was stunned here. How it was everything, how everything was unraveling here. And I would like to thank all of the speakers for giving that precious time today. And I hope you also, the speakers as well as the audience, learned something or the other. And let's be more vigilant from now on. I guess even we have many laws, we have many tools to shield us from anything. We have to be vigilant. Only we can save ourselves.
Exactly.
That is the ultimate motto we should follow. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for attending, everybody, and have a great rest of the Sunday. And here we conclude the session. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, everyone. As a responsible citizen of India, you should be responsible netizen too. That is what the message I will give you ultimately. And enjoy the internet, but enjoy it responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.